Last 2 days of dips have had a whole bunch of people panicking all over the place. So I thought I'd do a review, give my thoughts on what I think is happening with Bitcoin. So obviously, right now, we're moving sideways at the $60,000 level after breaking all-time highs. Key level that I've been watching is this level, right? The last cycle's all-time high. I've been mentioning this for a while. Um, it's just a good reference point to have. If we break up and hold above it, obviously that's a sign of strength. Break down, sign of weakness, right? Especially on the higher time frames. So last weekend we broke up above. We finally got a weekly close above that all-time high, and then immediately from Monday we started pushing lower. Now here's the thing. I was saying that I was not looking long into resistance when we were up here at the $72,000 level, right? And there's a reason for that. You can be bearish or bullish, it's up to you, but for me, at the end of the day, this is just a range, right? Now some people might see it as a pennant. You could say that it is. It's not wrong, but I like trading it as a right. So there you go. This is like a kind of it's a really badly drawn pennant. I'm not really good with drawing out triangles, but let's see, something like that, right? So you can see that it's consolidation happening with lower highs, but also with higher lows. I don't really trade patterns like these. What I do is I just trade the range, right? So for me, we're in this range, pretty much right here, right? You could obviously move this up and down a little bit based on the swing highs and the swing lows, but this is a general thing, right? So you've got this range. We were at range highs. Now, here's the thing, right? The market ranges more often than not. You count the number of candles that's here ranging versus the number of candles where he pushes up. Same thing here, the range versus the number of candles that actually push up. A large majority of the time, you're moving in sideways action. So trading all comes down to playing the odds, right? And you might lose eventually, and that's fine. It's part of the game. But the truth is, you're much safer playing the range. So when you approach range highs, you look for shorts. When you approach range lows, you look for longs, right? You trade the range until as long as price stays in the range. So now if I pull out the volume profile, we also had this $72,000, 71.7, this value area high. I was not going to long into that. We could not close up above it. We were getting rejected. I was staying flat for most of this. This was actually, we had, this was during the weekend, right? So we have this mini range kind of form. So if I go into a lower time frame, 4 hours, we have this range over here. Chart's going to get cluttered really quickly. But yeah, you guys can see that. So we had this range, right? So actually, let me do this. So you have this range, right? And so one of the key levels that I was watching was that 69,200 level. Yeah, it was this 69. This pocket was really the one that I was watching. In the last video, I said that if we break and close below it, I'm going to look for a retest, especially if we did that on the daily. I was going to look for a retest short. We didn't get it, right? Now, the other scenario that I would have wanted to short it was a swing failure pattern of the highs. And then, so we go up, we wick up above these highs right here, and then we come right back down. That would have been an ideal entry for a short. We didn't get that, right? We just got rejected, went straight down here. My second scenario was, okay, if we do break and close below, I want to retest for an entry. Didn't get that either. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the position that I was favoring was a short. Price fell, right? And then it went to the POC of the range. So I'm going to get rid of that now because that range is broken. And I'm going to get that back on, right? And there you go. So we pushed down to right here. Want to control the range. So now, after pushing down here, you can see that candle retested it as resistance, and we've pushed down the valley area low. If we break this valley area low, then the next target is going to be range lows, which I believe is at 60, 61,000, same level I mentioned in the last video. So that's going to be the next level of support if we break down from here, right? But you asked me, am I looking for shorts right here? On the higher time frame, not really, because the time to short would have been up here. Right over here now, I'm starting to, well, if I'm trading the range, then I'm going to start looking for some sort of a reaction here that shows me a sign of strength so that I can go long back up for the next rotation higher. But if we now go down to the lower time frame, say the 15-minute, let's just take a look, right? So after that dump down, we've formed this range over here. Now keep in mind, we got to mark this out, but the point of control of this overall range is coming in at about 67,000. Right, so right there, and you see that beautiful tap, and that was actually called in the Telegram group earlier today. We got that tap right here. Right, now you could be trading this range by itself too, right, because this is technically a range right here on the lower time frame. So you could trade it. So we have the point of control over here. We had range highs, and you see it's a level that price had previously gotten rejected at, so it was resistant. So this was the key level that I was watching, that I put on the group, and then we finally tapped it. And here's the thing, after seeing this candle, so I saw this candle down, and then I saw another couple of candles. Well, this one right here, this was a sign of weakness, right? We closed back under these highs right here. So I thought, okay, we're showing weakness at range highs. We just tapped the point of control of the range. I'm looking for us to go lower. And so we had this short earlier today that I had called in the group as well. So something along these lines. I think the highs were probably here at the highs. And then I was aiming for these lows, something like that. Right? Yeah, something like this. I was aiming for these lows. And we got it. I closed the majority of my position there. Set my stops to break even. I did get stopped out on the remaining position. But yeah, so what my game plan for now is I'm just going to continue to trade this range until this range breaks. Now, again, if I zoom out on a higher time frame, I'm not bearish, nor am I bullish. Right, but we are at the bottom of the range. We are at the valley area low. So I'm favoring, if I'm talking about holding a bigger position, I'm favoring longs over shorts. Right, but we'll see what we get.